WWE 2K20 is coming out soon, and don't get me wrong people, I love wrestling games. SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, SmackDown vs Raw 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. I love these games more than I love actual wrestling. However, ever since WWE 12, it seems like we're getting an updated version of a previous game. It's kinda unfortunate. And I do realize that most of my criticism is going to be ignored, and I'll get some very strong replies like,
don't like it, don't buy it.
well, I'm not saying that the game is bad.
Don't like it, don't buy it.
I wish they improved.
Don't like it, don't buy it.
Let's just admit that the game still needs some work.
Don't you see that I just love that 2K butt?
For real though, the 2K booty kissing in this community is very strong. Probably stronger than my marriage. Kinda jealous. It's pretty ridiculous that every criticism is being responded with, why are you so negative? It's like I cannot have an opinion and have some constructive criticism for the game. The game is coming out in a couple of months, and so far the best thing about the game is Greg Hamilton. I've never been this uninterested in a WWE game before its release in a very long time, if ever. So today I want to talk about my biggest issues with the game so far. The first issue I have with this game is obviously the graphics. It just looks way worse, and no matter how many people will tell me that it looks better, I'm not convinced. I'm seeing a worse looking game. Take a look at this picture of Roman Reigns. If any of you think that WWE 2K20 looks better, you're not only lying to me, you are lying to yourself. WWE 2K19 has way more detail. Take a look at Samoa Joe. Which one looks more realistic? Not sure if Samoa Joe or Sheamus. What about Becky Lynch? This looks like straight from PlayStation 2 people, like looks like a Sims 4 character. And even still, every time I will say that this game looks better, I will get replies like,
graphics don't matter.
Just admit that the game looks worse. I'm not saying that graphics are the most important thing about the game, but there is something wrong when a newer game looks worse than the previous one.
Graphics don't matter.
Like what the hell, dude?
Graphics don't matter!
Okay, graphics don't matter. Let's talk about the supernatural stuff. By the way, it's all DLC, so if you're buying the standard version of the game, you're not getting the 2K originals. And that's so far the biggest thing that they advertised. I mean, all of us got tired of WWE 2K simulation style gameplay. It's a bit too realistic in a way, and it's kinda boring. So we asked for all the crazy stuff from SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, Shut Your Mouth, basically jumping off Titantrons, using a bunch of tables, driving a motorcycle, all of that nonsense that doesn't really look realistic, but still possible and usable in normal matches. While all of these crazy characters look nice, they look kinda awesome, it's not exactly what we asked for. I'm seeing this all the time on Twitter. All of you asked for this and now you're complaining. Nobody asked for this. I've never seen anyone saying, you know what? I want zombies and Frankenstrowman in a WWE video game. Who asked for this ever? I'm not saying that it's bad, it's probably going to be fun. All I remember is people asking for crazy stuff, more freedom in the game. Not zombie Triple H. Let people have their opinions on the game, please. Another issue is that they are focusing on the 2K showcase mode. Maybe it's not an issue because they didn't focus on that in WWE 2K17 and they still managed to give us a horrible universe mode and career mode. But still, like, I want a mode that I will keep playing until WWE 2K21. I'll finish 2K showcase mode in a couple of hours. And it needs a lot of work, like you need to recreate the cutscenes, all of that sorts of stuff. So they're putting so much work into something that is going to last for a couple of hours and most players will forget about it. Maybe the Sasha Banks stands, Charlotte Flair stands, Becky Lynch stands on Twitter who use their profile pictures as their own. Maybe these people will replay it. Not me though. I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Why are you so negative?
Look people, I hope it's going to be successful. I love wrestling games, but something about them lately just doesn't feel right. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a decent game and I'm gonna enjoy it. The issue is, I'm probably going to enjoy it for a month, and then it will get old. That's the biggest issue with the WWE games lately. Another issue is that, to me personally, career mode doesn't look very promising. What people don't seem to realize, we're not getting two career modes. We're not getting a male career mode and a female career mode. It's basically going to be the same. Now what I hope for is that we can use two controllers and play it with our friends. In my case, I would play it with my wife and upload it to YouTube. So for me personally, for content, unbelievable. But then again, we don't know if we can actually do that. My prediction is that we will have to create both a male and a female, and we will have to control both of them, and we will get a bunch of mixed tag team matches. I'm pretty sure this is what we're gonna get. A bunch of mixed tag team matches in a career mode. That sounds horrible. Let's be honest. Whoever plays a mixed tag team match in WWE video games? Maybe once. And that's another issue. They are actually advertising a mixed tag team challenge, that's I guess a new mode, as something major and important. Just be honest, people. It's one of these matches that you are going to use in universe mode, but it's not fun. You cannot even like fight the opposite gender, like what's the point? I love that it's in the game, but advertised as something huge and major, it's kind of a shame. Makes me feel like special guest referee is still not returning for whatever reason. Then we have Towers mode, and that's something I've never even touched twice. I think maybe I tried it out, but I really hated it. Maybe I've seen it on YouTube, I'm not quite sure, but this is one of the worst modes we ever got in a WWE video game. I do realize that it has potential, but what we are getting is just a bunch of random matches. It's pretty boring, and it seems like they don't understand what wrestling fans want. It's a wrestling game, it's scripted, we like the imagination, whatever it is. So we want something like a general manager mode when we can create our own stuff, especially in this era where every wrestling fan seems to know what's up and they seem to be a better booker or writer than WWE's ones. This is what we need, like it's so obvious. Like when it comes to WWE fans, I'm pretty sure you hear that all the time. If I was a writer, I would book it like this. Why is Seth Rollins the Universal Champion? Why is the Intercontinental Championship not being used? People nowadays really love talking about the business, they love the competition, especially right now with AEW and Raw and SmackDown being different brands. By the way, next month we're getting an actual draft. So maybe for WWE 2K21, hopefully, because the draft is going to be even more strict now. I would have high hopes, but then again, if it didn't happen with WWE 2K17, well, I'm just not seeing that happening in a very long time. And that's another issue that's kind of worrying, is that it seems like 2K didn't even listen to the criticism. Maybe they did and we got this supernatural stuff, but on the other hand, everyone wants a GM mode. I've seen so many people saying that if we are not getting GM mode this year, the game is going to be a major disappointment. Bada bim bada boom. Another thing that people always asked for is the story designer, and it's still not in the games. Again, probably. We still don't know. Maybe it is. Hopefully. I doubt it. Another issue is that it's so predictable, like we still don't know a lot about the game, but on the other hand, we pretty much know everything. Like, I know what to expect from this video game. It's going to be an updated WWE 2K20. Do you guys think there are major universe mode improvements? I really don't think so. We still don't know if they are in, but let's talk about the match types. Something that is very important in the WWE, a special guest referee match, an I Quit match, a gauntlet match. These are happening in the WWE very often, but for one reason or another, they are not in the WWE's video games. It's such a small thing, but for some reason, they always forget about it. And I find it especially weird because these matches were actually in previous WWE games. Ever since 2K took over, for one reason or another, these matches never returned. Keep in mind, people, WWE 2K14 was a THQ game with a different name, but ever since WWE 2K15, the lack of matches is absolutely nuts. I've read somewhere that they basically lost passion for the games and they're just trying to finish the tasks, and it's so obvious that this is exactly what's happening. They give us this idea that they don't really care about these games that much. So these are my issues with the game, and just like I've said, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure it's going to be fine, we're gonna play it. The issue is, like I've said, I pretty much can say for how long I'm going to play this game. I can already see that. Unless I'll make WWE 2K20 videos. So thank you for watching this video, let me know your thoughts about the game so far. I'm just saying that it doesn't look promising, and the lack of news kinda says a lot.
Oh, but the Aleister Black's entrance looks really good.
Oh my god, people, Kevin Owens got a new beard! I gotta buy the game! All of our criticism is always going to be ignored. Thank you for watching, and as always, the great one, peace, love, and hugs.